As I look around at my classmates, some that I have been in school with for 4 years, and others that I've known for practically my whole life, I realize that each of us has experienced many highs and lows during our high school careers that have led us to where we are seated today. I would like to commend each of you for persevering and also for making these past 4 years of high school quite the adventure, filled with memories that I will always cherish. As I prepared to write this, I was trying to think of how to best accurately portray the ups and downs of our high school career. I thought it would be appropriate to take a step back and look at what happened in the broader world outside of Newburyport, Massachusetts, throughout our 4 years as high school students. I remember our freshman orientation very clearly. The Knock Middle School kids who seemed like they had it all figured out, the charter school kids who are essentially in the same boat as us IC kids, combined with a few Seacoast kids, transfers, and kids from other schools in our area. We played fun icebreakers, then went out onto the football field to enjoy some semi-awkward conversation over hamburgers and hot dogs. As we talked and laughed on that field, it had not crossed my mind that in 4 short years we would be graduating on that same field 1 week from today. Meanwhile, a few months earlier, while we were preparing for our exciting new adventure as high school freshmen, U.S. troops and CIA operatives had shot and killed Osama bin Laden in Abbottabad, Pakistan. Earlier that year, while each middle school graduating class went on their celebratory class trips, Kate Middleton married Prince William in a very royal wedding. Amy Winehouse tragically died, and New York became the largest state to pass a law allowing same-sex marriage. As we settled into our classes in the fall with the famous white belt-wearing Mr. Gadiano and dark chocolate-loving Miss Galvin, and yelled our tribal Color Day chant from the balcony, the only space in the auditorium that could fit our big class, the Iraqi war was coming to a close and soldiers began to come home. When we entered 2012 as more mature second semester freshmen, we feared the freshman portfolio project and the end of the world as we knew it. At this point, new friendships had flourished through sports, classes, clubs, theater, and art. Also in 2012, Barack Obama was re-elected, and unthinkable tragedy struck at the Sandy Hook Elementary School, something for which we're still grieving. The United Nations reached its goal of reducing by half the number of people without access to safe drinking water. 2 million more people now had access to healthy water. Meanwhile, we enjoyed our first well-deserved summer as high school students and scrambled to find dates to the sophomore semi. Now that we had put our humbling freshman year behind us, we entered Newburyport High as sophomores with a little more experience under our belts. When 2013 approached, we had successfully hosted the sophomore semi and had been introduced to a new form of dancing while attending countless Friday night football games under the lights. We had also planned a few other school dances and had come very close to winning the jug with our impeccable Pixar poster parade. We worked hard on the expo and began to unite as a class to hold fundraisers in preparation for our junior prom, senior prom, and senior week. Meanwhile, we were all impressed by Malala's courage in standing up for women's and children's rights and excited by such a liberal pope taking office. As we finished up our sophomore year of high school, the Boston bombings occurred, encouraging us all to become Boston strong. The controversial Obamacare was introduced while we became juniors and attended SAT prep classes. We began taking college tours and completed driver's education lessons. Just when we felt about ready to explode, the federal government shut down. On a brighter note, to lighten our spirits, the song Happy had America dancing as we watched that 24-hour music video. To make things even better, the Red Sox won the World Series while, yet again, we almost won the Color Day jug with our Mulan theme song. In the spring of 2014, we held our junior prom at the Granite Rose and finished up dark. Questions about future careers loomed over our heads as we contemplated what we wanted to do after high school. We held up the Arch of Roses and handed out programs for the seniors at graduation, knowing that next year another group would hold up the same roses and hand out the same programs for us. The ALS challenge went viral, and we each excitedly dumped water over our heads, raising over $100 million for the cause. As we entered our senior year of high school, we mourned the loss of Robin Williams, and ISIS caught our attention. Then a deadly disease called Ebola prompted people to consider investing in full body suits as we began applying for college, and we painstakingly lost the color day jug to the juniors. We raised our spirits by organizing a hilarious senior Halloween parade, and from that point on, we watched time fly by as we enjoyed unforgettable moments in high school together with our best friends. We ended 2014 with a Halloween dance and singing holidaygrams. Here we are now in the spring of 2015, having endured record snow accumulations and knowing where we are headed next year. As we move on from Newport High School, our futures will certainly be filled with the highs and lows that come from living a full life. It's about embracing the joyful times and learning from the challenges we are faced with that will shape the kind of people we will become. The same is true for history. As our incredible history teachers have taught us, those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it. How we learn from and react to each historical event will help us to create a brighter and stronger tomorrow. We have the choice to either sit back and accept what is, or we can choose to make things better. So, class of 2015, as we graduate and continue to embrace the ups and downs in our own lives, we should remember to widen our perspectives and think about what is happening in other people's lives and in the world around us. To not only think about what's important to you, but what's important to others. A philosopher once said, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle." When you're faced with difficulties, I encourage you to look at the big picture and turn on the news or talk to your neighbor, because there's always someone who's going to be worse off and better off than you are. It's all about perspective and about making the most of what you have. I believe it's vitally important to remember this and to know that you are just one person in this big wide world, but you can make a huge impact on others if you try, and you can change the course of history. Thank you.